We're looking at our semester review for geometry, starting at question number 23. The question is asking us which pair of triangles can be proven similar by the angle-angle similarity postulate. So I'm looking for two angles in one triangle to be congruent to two angles in the second triangle. If I look at my answer choices, if I look at answer choice A, I'm given one angle here, one angle here. I only have an angle. Not enough information. If I look at answer choice B, I've given an angle, matching another angle, and I also have a pair of vertical angles that are congruent. So it looks like I have two angles in this triangle and two angles in this triangle. So this one looks like it could possibly be the answer. I'm going to put a question mark by it so I can check the other answer choices. If I look at answer choice C, I'm not given any angles at all, just sides. And if I'm looking at answer choice D, I'm given an angle in each triangle and some side information, angles and sides. The only one that gives me two angles is going to be answer choice B. If I look at question number 24, it says which of the following proportions can be used to find the distance across the lake in the figure below. I'm looking at my figure. I'm given right angle at B and at C, and I know I have vertical angles at E. So I know these two triangles are definitely similar to each other by that angle-angle postulate. If I'm trying to name the triangles in the order, if I'm looking at my first triangle along the small side, I'm going from A to B to E, and I know that that triangle is going to be similar to the triangle that goes along the short side from D to the right angle at C to E. Sometimes it helps me if I'm putting those letters in the proper order so that I can match up the sides properly. If I look at my answer choices, notice that for answer choice A, I've got BE, the second and third letter, over CE, the second and third letter, equal to AB, the first and second letter, over CD or DC, which would be the first and second letters. Remember that I can name a segment in either order, CD or DC. So this one looks good. If I look at answer choice B, I've got BE, my second and third letter, over EC, my second and third letters, equal to CD, which are my first and second letters, over AB. But notice that they put this fraction on this triangle on top, this one on the bottom. So that one definitely does not work. It's flipped. If I look at answer choice C, AB, my first two letters, over BE, my second two letters, that doesn't even make sense. They're in the same triangle. That's not going to help me find the distance across the lake. CD and DE, so that's not going to work. And answer choice D, AB over AE, again I'm using that first triangle, DE and CD, that's not going to work. So the only one that's going to work to help me find the distance across the lake is setting up the proportion in answer choice A. If I look at question number 25, it says, in which of these statements, if true, is sufficient to prove that my triangles STR, S to T to R, and PQR are similar? Note that they share angle R. I need to have some other information to prove triangles are similar. I'm looking at either angle-angle, side-side-side proportions, or side-angle-side. Answer choice A says that segment TQ is half of QR. That would give me one set of sides with an angle. Just a side and an angle is not good enough. Answer choice B says that triangle PQR is isosceles. PQR, that gives me two sides after an angle, angle side side, no ass or ass backwards. Answer choice C says that angle S is congruent to angle R. That doesn't help. R is the same in each one. I need an angle with P or Q. And answer choice D says that angle S and the angle from Q to P to R are congruent. So each triangle has angle R and another angle. That proves that these triangles are similar by the angle-angle postulate. We're looking at question number 26. In this triangle, D is the midpoint of segment AB and E is the midpoint of segment BC. So I know something about segment DE. I know it is a mid-segment. The question says that if the length of segment AC is equal to 18 units, what is the length of segment DE? Because DE is a mid-segment, you know it is half as long and parallel to segment AC. So if AC is 18, DE has got to be 9 units long. That's something you know about mid-segments. If you look at question number 27, in the diagram below, they're giving the information that segment PQ is parallel to segment BC, but note it is not a mid-segment. The length from A to Q and from Q to C are two different lengths. We want to know the value of X, so for this problem it would be a bubble-in type of question if we had it on the actual exam. And you're going to use this line from P to Q as a fraction bar to set up your proportion. So as you set up your proportion, you're going to look at your 8 over X for your first fraction and your 12 over 18 for your second fraction. When you cross multiply, you'll get 8 times 18 equal to 12 times X. And in order to solve, you're going to end up dividing each side by your 12. So in your calculator, you're going to take 8 times 18 and divide by 12, and that gives you the answer of 12. So it's just a number crunching exercise. If I look at question number 28, it wants to know which of the following statements must be true if triangle GHI is similar to triangle JKL. That little symbol means similar. So we want to know, what does it mean when two triangles are similar? We know that that means they're the same shape, but they may be different sizes. We know that all the angles of one triangle are congruent to all the angles of another triangle. And we know if we look at the corresponding sides of those two triangles, they need to have the same proportional relationship. So if I'm looking at my answer choices, they don't need to be scalene. They don't have to have exactly one acute angle. At least one of the sides parallel? No, they don't have to have parallel sides. The corresponding sides of two triangles must be proportional. That's what it means for triangles to be similar. And the very last question on your review. We want to know which of the following is a correct similarity statement identifying the three similar triangles in this figure. So if I'm looking at these triangles, if I were going to identify a similarity statement, I would want to write it from the short side to the right angle to the medium side. And that helps me put the order of the letters there. So if I were going to write these triangles, I would say I'm looking at my smallest triangle I want to go from the triangle S to T to R, small, medium, then the largest side. I would go from my medium triangle, from R to T to Q for my medium triangle. My biggest triangle, I would go the triangle from S to R to Q. So if I were doing it in that order, I would be going the small side to the right angle along the medium side. So that's the order I'm looking at. I'm looking at what they're giving me, though. They're giving me answer choice A, QRS, QRS. So exactly the opposite order. So if I have QRS, I should have QTR, I should have RTS. RTS, that's good. QTR, that works. They're just reading this one backwards. So this one looks definitely good. QRS, QRS backwards would not go to STR forwards. That doesn't make sense. The last two statements don't go in that order. They go QSR, QSR, so my third, first, second should go with my third, first, second, QRT, third, first, second, RST, and they're going RTS. So you're looking to say that they're not matching up. They're not matching up in the order that you want. Answer choice A appears to be the one that's best. We can double check D just to make sure. QSR, RST, QRT, that's not matching. So the one that matches is your answer choice A in that order.